we're going to find out how to do elevations of a single level structure. So this one here is a plan of a pretty much standard house. Let's dive into it. So I'm just going to turn off the guides just so you can see the structure. What's going on here? I need to actually go into Illustrator. And I'm just going to turn off the guides and grids. Okay, so let's zoom in here. I'm going to find out how we can go about doing this. So first of all, what I like to do is I like to start off doing the south elevation. So we turn on the grids and the guides, just so we can sort things out, you know, do things kind of accurate. And I'm going to go over to our layers palette, and I'm going to create another layer, which is called elevations. Okay, elevations. And I'm going to lock all the other layers, because what we're going to do with elevations later on is we're going to cut and paste them into a new document. Okay, or we could just delete those other layers later on as another copy. Okay, so let's do the south elevation first. Let's make use of our guides. So I'm just going to clean up my guides here. I'm going to go over to view, guides, and I'm going to not unlock guides, we're going to unlock guides, and I'm going to delete guides. I need to turn on these layers again. I'm going to go to view, going to go to guides, and I'm going to clear all guides, and I can turn the locks back on to these layers here. Okay, so with a fresh set of guides I can place in, let's put these guides in. So I'm going to go to all the external features of this structure, okay, including the roof line as well. Okay, let's move up here and we'll see what features we have here again. So let's put this window in and this window here. Okay, so all the major features you need to put a guide up against. Okay, and this will help you out with figuring out how the south elevation works. Okay, I'm just going to move across. And here we go. So my computer's lagging a little bit. It's recording as well, also doing some calculations as well. Okay, so we have that there. Okay, so let's start off by putting in elevations just here. So we know the standard height of a ceiling, minimum height of a ceiling is 2,400 millimeters. However, the current general height of a ceiling these days is 2.7. So I'm going to 2.7 meters, that is. And I'm going to go over here to my guide and I'm going to click once. And here within a rectangle, I'm going to type in some dimensions. So width, I'm just going to set this as a whole dimension. So let's say 80, for example. Doesn't matter at this stage in time, but the height does matter. So 27 millimeters height is what we're looking at. And now what I'll do is I'll ensure that, now I'm just going to go back into the selection tool. I'm going to ensure that my default is the default as fill and stroke, just in there, okay? And obviously the fill is going to be white. Now I'm just at home and my dog is actually trying to bark at another dog walking past. Okay, so I'm just going to now move this out to that guide there. So that is our wall, our first wall. Okay, now let's move across now. And this is a bit more of a difficult sort of line here. I need to see what's going on here. So this is a window that's going to occur on this first guide here, and this second guide there is the roof line. Okay, all right. So let's go and do that one. Now, if you can't see the guides too easily, you can also adjust the guide. So I'm going to go into Preferences, go to Guides and Grid, and I can change the color of the guides. Okay, so I can change it to, let's say, red, so I can see it a lot better. Okay, and click on OK. Now you can actually see these guides a lot better. Hopefully that helps you out. Now I can just I've got the height of my my ceiling, which is really good. I can just click here and then move, drag across. Okay, and I'm going to get this dimension there. So let's check to see if this is correct. Yes, that is that side of the wall there. And I won't put the window in just yet. I'll wait until later on, since when I finish doing those major parts of the building. So this next step here is to put this entire wall in. So we'll do that now. Let's draw that line in. I'll just need to deselect that shape there, and now I can go back into the rectangle tool. I click and drag across, making sure that I finish up at this guide here. Okay, because this line here is the eave of the structure. Okay, so garage. Now I'm just going to draw a line across here to represent the garage. I'm also going to draw another line through here to represent the door. I'm going to draw another line here to represent the window. Okay, so what I'll do now is I just select them all. So I'm going to go into the selection tool, press shift, click on these items. All right, I know these items don't line up, but hey, check this out. All right, so I'm just going to drag these down, pressing shift at the same time so they remain in the right vertical location. Okay, so these aren't the right heights here, all right? So what I'll do here is I go to align, and I click on, where is it? I'll click on this one here, which is align vertical to bottom, and I'm just going to reduce these ones down so that they are, so I'm just going to move these down now, so they hit the bottom of the structure. Okay, so heights for things. Now a window, this window here is going to be a little bit off the floor because it's a full height window. Okay, so before I do the window, I actually want to do the door, really. Okay, so let's have a look at these dimensions. I've got the height is 23 millimeters at the moment. It's the wrong height. I need to select this area here as the reference point for adjustment, and the height of a door is 2000 millimeters. So that means it is 20 millimeters in height in the plan at 1 to 100 scale. So I'm going to line everything up with that door, and let's do that now. So using that grid, it snaps to, and I'm also going to do the same thing with this window here. Now I'm going to bring the window up by 100, 200, 300 there. So is the guide's turned on? Snap to guide's turned on? No. Snap to grid. Okay, snap to grid is turned on now. And I can just bring this up by 300 just to have it off from the floor. Let's move across here. Are there any windows on this side? No. Okay, so now I need to remember that the roof line is going to be here. Now let's put the roof line in. Let's draw a box right across this section here, right across here. And the height of my roof, I'm just going to have this as, now as long as the roof line is at least 1 degree itself, so you can do like a lean-to roof if you wish, but this one here is a gable roof. Okay, so my gable roof is going to have angles here and angles here, and also there's going to be another angle here as well. Right, so I need to figure out, for example, the middle of this roof line just between here and here. So the way I do that is I'm going to move this box across here to this point here. Okay, and this here is the center of the roof line. So I'm going to draw a guide to there. Okay, I'm going to select this again. I'm going to go over to the pen tool. I'm going to long press on it, and I'm going to go over to plus anchor point. Then you come over here and you click on that point there. I'm just going to zoom into this now so you can see it. So I have a anchor point there. I go over to the pen tool again, and I delete the anchor point to this and to this as well. Okay, cool. So that one there is done. Let's move across to this one here, to this side here. Okay, so I'm going to use this here as a guide for the pitch of my roof. And I'm going to just simply go click on this point here, press Shift Option, move across, okay, and move these points right over to get that node hitting that point there. Okay, so there we go. So now there's one problem here. I need to actually put a node back into this side. I can go to my pen tool, go to anchor, going to add an anchor in, and I'm going to move this anchor across here to this point here. Okay, and that is my roof line done. All right. Okay, so that is my south elevation. So you'll need to put in a label there. I won't put a label in right now because I want to just really quickly do this. Okay, so that there's this south elevation right there, and making sure that I've done everything on the elevations layer. So next up is that I need to do this side here. And what I can do is I can actually draw everything on an angle. Okay, so everything I do the same thing as I did here, but just on the side. Okay, and then at the end, imagine this actually, I'll just do this as a quick one. So imagine this is the side elevation. My computer's really lagging at the moment. Okay. Imagine, I'm just going to rotate this so you can see it. Okay, imagine this is the side elevation there, like the west elevation. Okay, and all you need to do is you just need to rotate it by 90 degrees. So just double click on the selection tool. Okay, double click on the selection tool, and there's a rotation point. So I'm just going to rotate this by 90 degrees and click on preview, and you actually see this rotate. What's it doing? It's shifting it. Click on cancel. Let's go to the rotate tool properly and rotate by 90 degrees. Preview it. Yes, it's rotating. Click on OK, and you'll see that it's rotated. It's gone somewhere. Where has it gone? It's over here somewhere. And I rotated the wrong direction. It should have been minus 90 degrees. Oh well, but you understand what I'm doing here. Okay, so let's move this up here. Okay, and I might just rotate it by pressing Shift and rotate, bring it around the right way. Okay, and I need to label that. Okay, so you do the same thing with all the others, all the other sides. However, when it comes to the north elevation, you do the same thing, and at the end, you need to flip it using this tool here, the reflect tool. Because if you are looking at this structure from this side, from here, let's say you're standing here, you are seeing this window on your right-hand side, and the garage door is on your left-hand side. Okay, and that'll be all. All right, so then once this is all done, you obviously get rid of all those other layers, and you make this all pretty according to VCAR specification. And that'll be all at this stage in time. Thank you. Bye.